Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing another round of updates for some of my past video topics. Today we're going to be talking about Saturday, ELRIS, aka Alice, DreamNote, and The Rose. I have two more groups that I want to cover again and provide updates to, those being Pink Fantasy and A Good Day Update Cinematic Universe. However, I want to talk about those for another time. I want to give Pink Fantasy their own separate video, kind of like a deep dive, and their career, now that Pink Fantasy has halted their activities and they have kind of all gone their separate ways. As for the Good Day Cinematic Universe, with Signature, Red Square, Iris, and so on, that will have to be another video. I wanted to wait a little bit to make a video on them because originally I had planned to include all those groups in this video. However, there was just so much to cover and I didn't want to skip over anything. So for now, those two videos are kind of on hold, especially the Good Day video. So once again, these are the videos of mine that I will be updating on. I'll leave links down below if you haven't watched them and you want to do so. The main theme of this video and the thing I will be asking you guys is, was I right to make the videos on these groups for my Why Am I Worried series? I wanted to ask what you guys think and take a look back on my videos and see if my worries and concerns were silly or if I was right to worry. Please feel free to comment all your thoughts down below throughout the video, but let's start.
This was one of the first groups I ever spoke about on my channel. After I made my video about Busters and it suddenly blew up, I knew I wanted to keep making these kind of videos. So I wanted people to learn about one of my favorite groups, which was ELRIS. The video was a whole mess. The audio was totally off, so if you go back to watch it, be mindful of that and lower the volume. A quick recap for those who might not want to watch the video: ELRIS debuted in 2017 with 5 members. They had a small but loyal fan base, and the group had 3 releases within a year of their debut. 2 of the members also joined Mix 9 and 1 had a solo debut. However, not even 2 years into their debut, they slowed down. The 3rd mini album was released in late June of 2018, but then the group basically went silent, releasing a digital single over a year later in November of 2019. Then in the start of 2020, around the time I made my video, they released their album with the title track Jackpot with 2 new members. This is where we left off last time, with little hope of a future for the group after Jackpot, if I may speak honestly. With everything that was going on in the world around that time, it was understandable that the group wasn't releasing another album, on top of the fact that their 4th album, Jackpot, was their worst selling album since the debut.
ELRIS also had their debut in Japan with a Japanese version of the song Jackpot in April of 2021. However, I believe this was only an online release and they didn't promote it at all, seemingly. Once again, it's understandable, but still, there's not even a music video.
A lot of fans worried that ELRIS would be disbanding, and in early September of 2021, panic about their future was set in place when members started changing their social media, removing the mention of ELRIS from their profiles. People started believing that this marked the end of the group, but no announcement followed with these changes. On December 1st, 2021, it was announced that ELRIS was not disbanding, but instead would be transferring from their company to a new company, IOK Company. Although the announcement did not mention a comeback, this gave new hope for the fans of the group. A bit more waiting followed, but in April of 2022, the group announced that they were rebranding with a new group name, Alice. Along with that, they were changing some of their stage names. Hyeseong changed her name to her new legal name, Yeonjae, and Bella changed her name to Doa.
Jaejung also became the new leader of Alice.
With a new name and a new company, the group released a digital single in May of that year called Power of Love, showing off the members' amazing vocal talents and finally promoting on music shows again. In October, they then came back with the single Dance On. This is one of my favorite songs of theirs, and overall is just chef's kiss. In April 2023, Alice had another comeback with their second single album, Showdown. Unfortunately, two of the members, Doa and Yeonjae, were announced to be sitting out of promotions for Showdown due to health issues. For the most part, both Doa and Yeonjae have completely been offline since this announcement, so some fans have been asking for some sort of updates. I will get back to that in a moment. Although their sales have stayed around the same since their return as Alice, they seem to be doing okay for a smaller group. Let's hope that they still have a long future ahead of them. And please go check out their music, as they're very talented. They haven't had a comeback since, but they are active on social media besides the two members that went on hiatus, Doa and Yeonjae. And I can't really find a lot of information about them. Fans have been literally begging for answers, but nothing has been put out. Fans are starting to worry that the two might not be a part of Alice anymore. The biggest examples are their birthdays. IOK has been posting birthday posts for their members, but for Yeonjae's birthday in October, there was no birthday post for her.
Then in February of this year, Doa's birthday came and went, but nothing was posted. But members Yukyung, Sohee, Karin, Chaejung, and EJ all have birthday posts from the past year.
We haven't heard anything from them or heard about the members since their hiatus. Doa has not posted on her Instagram since February of 2023, and Yeonjae's latest Instagram post was in July of 2023. She did have another post that was made in September of 2023, but then in January of 2024, she removed that post for some reason. She has been posting on her Instagram stories twice, but overall seems to be not active ever since the announcement of her hiatus. As for Doa, in August of 2023, she changed her name on Instagram from Doa to Choi Yuna, along with a new profile photo. The same day, she commented on a friend's post, and then throughout the last few months of 2023, she was on Instagram liking posts and leaving comments, and she appeared in a couple of friends' Instagrams, and in October, she posted onto her Instagram stories and changed her profile photo again.
Some slight updates as I wrote the script a while ago. In late February, Doa liked some of fans' comments on her Instagram, but still has not posted anything herself. As for Yeonjae, at the end of March, she deleted all her Instagram posts, removed her profile photo, and basically wiped her account clean. She has since then started posting again, however, the comments are completely off. I also want to point out that she's not following anyone anymore, and there's still no updates from IOK as of right now.
Like I said, fans are literally begging for any kind of update about the two girls, but so far there has been no updates, and a lot of people believe that the girls are not a part of Alice anymore, which is absolutely heartbreaking. And that is where I will say that yes, I think I was right to worry in a way, because the group, I believe, did almost disband. It was just kind of luck that they were transferred from one company to another and they were giving a second chance, but that second chance is still kind of going the same way as it did before, now with two members going on hiatus, which I have nothing against health hiatuses, do what you gotta do, I completely understand, but when companies don't provide any updates, or in these cases act like the members don't even exist, that's where I start to really worry. So I will say that yes, I was right to worry, and I'm right to still worry now. I just think it's two separate instances instead of just a constantly worrying about them, unlike the group we're going to be talking about next, where it's just you just worry constantly, there's always something. So I just think at this point the company should just at least say something. Fans are not going to be happy either way, but I also think that they are kind of holding back the two girls. For example, if they're not in Alice anymore, they should be able to go out and do whatever they want to do with their careers, but they can't really do that because they're still technically a part of Alice. So that's where my thoughts are on that. But please let me know what you think about this situation. It is really frustrating. But yes, please let me know in the comments. Again, for every single group that I talk about, I'm very interested to hear your opinion.
Okay, quick update. Literally as the video was almost ready to go out and the only thing that was left was the thumbnail, we got a bombshell. A couple of days ago on the 26th of April, we got the news. Sohee announced that she was getting married to a non-celebrity boyfriend and was going to be retiring from the entertainment industry. And the company, IOK, confirmed the news, stating that her contract was expiring this upcoming week. So with this news, people are assuming that the other girls that are also almost out of their contract are also going to be leaving the company at least, which means that a lot of people think that Alice is going to be disbanding soon. But we honestly don't know much about anything, and I'm actually surprised IOK said anything because they haven't still said anything about Doa or Yoonjae. But I just wanted to throw this update in here so you guys wouldn't watch the video and be like, where's this very crucial, important piece of information? If there's any other updates, I will leave them in the pinned comment underneath this video. But that's it for this really quick update.
My video about Saturday is also one of my oldest videos on my channel, as I released that video in June of 2021. After the release of Only You in 2021, the group did not have a comeback for a very long time, and the fans were under the impression that the group could be disbanding any day. Throughout 2021, the members were still posting on their social media, but there were sometimes large gaps in between their posts. In April, Saturday's music video appeared in a T-Mobile ad in the Netherlands, and then in May, they were made ambassadors for Korea's Fruit Cooperative Association. Very random, I know. Also in May, the group released a OST called First Date for the K-drama Interference Love. One of the members, Hanul, participated in writing the lyrics for this OST. Minso also released an OST for a drama in June of that year. The girls had a few events through FC Live throughout 2021. In 2022, the girls headed over to Japan to promote and were there for a couple of months. They arrived to Japan sometime in April, from what I can see on their Twitter, and held multiple shows for their small fan base. Saturday had a whopping 28 shows in April. Similarly, in June, they had a pretty packed schedules of shows, and around that time, people started sharing videos of the members promoting themselves on the streets of Japan. The girls were very overworked during their stay in Japan. Ayeon and Yuki both had injuries to their legs and had to sit down while performing, but they did not get proper rest, only sitting down for one day of performances and then getting back on their feet the day after. One time, Juyeon was absent during Saturday's performance and no explanation was given to the fans by SD Entertainment. Juyeon made a comment on the group's fan cafe saying that she was fine and that she would be back on stage the next day. Another time, Hanul injured herself while performing on stage, being rushed backstage, and an ambulance was called. She made a comment on the group fan cafe saying that she would be fine after a few days of rest. On November 22nd, Hanul posted a photo of herself, which we would later find out this would be her last post to the Saturday account. A few days later, a birthday post for Hanul was made on November 28th. Hanul's photos have since been deleted from Instagram, but you can still find them on the group's Twitter. So the company's back to the weird shenanigans of deleting posts of their former members. Hanul also did make a post on the group's fan cafe, but that post has since been deleted. The group's social media started slowing down, and it wasn't that noticeable at first that Hanul seemed to have kind of disappeared, as the girls would be posting individual photos and not group shots. Fans started sharing hashtags to try to gain some attention to get any kind of information about the future of Saturday. On July 14th, 2023, a Japanese fan posted onto Twitter that they had gone to visit Saturday's company in Korea, but it seemed that SD Entertainment had closed down. This did not help the situation, and fans' worries skyrocketed. On July 18th, 2023, fans finally got the confirmation about Hanul's status within the group. We got this great 2-for-1 announcement on the group's social media. Quote, "Hello, this is the manager in charge of Saturday. Member Hanul is leaving the group due to personal circumstances, and Saturday will be promoting as 4 members consisting of Juyeon, Yuki, Ayeon, and Minso. We apologize to the fans who feel upset about this disappointing news. And as we work hard on Saturday's new album that will release soon, we ask that you give us a lot of support and love. We will release more detailed information about Hanul's departure at a later time. Thank you." End quote. This was posted on the group's 5th year anniversary, which is a very strange date to make this post. I absolutely hate when companies announce stuff like this. You should always make a separate post about a member departure and any other information like a comeback. One wholesome thing that did happen on Saturday's 5th year anniversary is that 3 former members, Chaewon, Seon, and Choohee, danced to their debut song in a live stream, and it was so wholesome. Anyway, back to the topic. After 2 years, on July 25th, 2023, Saturday had their comeback with their single album Fine Summer with the title track Stay. The group did not return under SD Entertainment, however, but rather joined a new company called Jihoons Group. In an interview with a man who runs Jihoons, he said, quote, "When I was offered by SD Entertainment to take these girls, I was impressed by the fact they worked really hard in Japan during their break to support their agency. Also, despite their long break, they still maintained their brightness. That's why I thought these girls have enough potential and decided to work with them." End quote. This comeback was small. They only had a handful of music show appearances, and from what I can tell, no fan meetings and no fan calls, and they only uploaded 2 videos around the promotions of Stay. Their first schedule for their comeback wasn't even a music show, but an appearance at a High One Waterworld Chaos Festival on July 25th and 26th. You would think that at this point there would be enough updates, but you would be incorrect. On August 9th, it was announced that Saturday would be returning to Japan for more Saturday Live in Japan concerts. The girls had a whopping 27 performances scheduled from August 30th to October 1st, sometimes having 2 shows in a day. Saturday once again announced more performances in Japan from December 30th to January 28th, with 29 performances scheduled in that time frame. On December 28th, it was announced that Jihoon would not be participating in the Japanese shows due to personal reasons, and that the only 3 remaining members, Ayeon, Yuki, and Minso, would be performing. From what I can tell, this post was made after fans started pressing on the company, as Jihoon had kind of disappeared. Jihoon's last social media post was on November 23rd, 2023. Since then, Jihoon has not appeared on the group's social media. Once again, more performances in Japan were announced from January 31st to February 25th, and once again, they had scheduled 29 shows. I will note as well that some of these shows, just like in the past, were completely free of charge. I originally wrote this script in January of 2024, but it is now April, and I wanted to add some updates now that the Japan shows have finished. On February 4th, a statement was made that Yuki was unable to perform that day. That meant that the show would go on with only Ayeon and Minso. Then on February 18th, their second show of the day was cancelled due to the members' health conditions. They gave a very vague statement about this, but it makes me wonder if the girls were forced to do the first show of the day in that same bad condition. Overall, it just leaves a very bad taste in my mouth. There are a few things that I wanted to mention that I didn't really know where exactly I wanted to add into this update section. First thing I want to talk about is the issue that fans have had for a very long time, is that Saturday would do very limited amount of schedules and the company wouldn't even promote these at all. As an example, Ayeon and Yuki were hosts on a after-school program and the fans were not notified at all. Yuki and Jihoon also had their individual schedules, but the fans did not know about this until Jihoon herself mentioned it. The group's Japanese account was also suspended, and I don't think there was ever a new one made. These small things, along with the larger issues, are driving me absolutely insane. Now, with so many rounds of these Japanese shows, I'm afraid that this has to be affecting the girls in a negative way. There's only 3 members left in the group, and that means that every member is gonna have to take up more work, as most of their songs are like 4 to 7 member songs, so they have to reorganize the choreography, the lines, and it's a lot of extra work. Everything that has been going on is extremely worrying, and I don't know what else to say. It's just kind of we're stuck in a continuous loop, and for that reason, I would say that yes, I was right to worry, and I still worry, and at this point, honestly, I sometimes just think about the fact that I cannot wrap my head around how the group is still around. Like, I mean this with so much love in my heart. I don't understand how the group is still like continuously funding themselves. These lack of schedules, and for example, the Japanese shows are sometimes free, so it's not like they're making any money off the shows that they're doing. So it's just really confusing to me. But overall, I would say yes, I was right to worry, and I am still worried about them. So please go show them some love, as they really deserve it.
So literally, as I finished editing this segment of the video, I saw posts on Twitter that I thought were like jokes at first. Fans then started tweeting out that the 3 active members of Saturday were starring in a visual novel dating simulator. And it didn't take long for fans to start sharing the odd content of this game. I won't break down the whole game as it is just too much work, and I honestly don't want to subject myself or the girls to that, but I will give you some examples as to why Saturday's fandom are having issues with this game. I will also leave a link in the description if you want to see like some threads about the game. So let's start with the girls' character descriptions. Ayan has a character called Mocha, described as a sweet and cool, talented girl. Okay, normal enough. Yuki got the character JJ, who is described as a hot dancer fairy. A bit odd. Meanwhile, Minseok got the character Nari, who is described as a pure and innocent lolly.
Disgusting!
There's also already video clips going around from the game that are so uncomfortable to watch and are just questionable.
이게 뭐야? 키스?
Oh no, 그런 거 아니야. 다시 잘 봐봐.
도대체 뭐야 이게?
다 줄 거라는 이 말 그토록
뭐합니까? 빨리빨리 안 걷습니까? 할 수 있습니다.
난 너를 들려본다.
There's also other reasons why fans are just kind of weirded out by this game. For example, there's one other girl that is a character in the game that is wearing the same outfit as Saturday, making her look like she's a part of the group. There's no reason why this random girl should be wearing what looks like Jihoon's clothing. It's also very odd that this has not been advertised whatsoever by the company or the group at all. A lot of fans are speculating that the company didn't actually want fans to find out about it. What other reason would you have for not promoting the content that your group is filming? Unless you were like trying to hide it. This has pushed fans to start another round of hashtags calling out the company on their continued questionable actions and decisions. So if you want to help out, I will leave some tweets and threads in the description that you can check out and share so you can bring attention to the continued lack of management and disrespect towards Saturday.
My video on DreamNote was made back in January of 2021, and looking back on it, I wish I'd put a little bit more effort into that video. But let's check in with DreamNote. A couple of months after my video, fans started a campaign to get answers as to where DreamNote was, asking for better treatment and overall better management of the group. Then in July, the girls said that they were coming back soon. Finally, after 1 year and 9 months, DreamNote had their comeback on October 26th, 2021, with their single album, Dreams Alive, with the title track Ghost. This song did very well for them overall and got some decent chart peaks, with some of the highest numbers of their careers. In December, DreamNote released a special Christmas version of their song Night that was originally on their album Dreams Alive. Throughout 2021, they also partook in a couple of OSTs, and Sumin was casted in a web drama. At the end of the year, the girls won a Rookie of the Year award in 2021. DreamNote released a Chinese version of their song Ghost in mid-February of 2022. And then two of the members featured in the March 2022 issue of Men's Health Korea. In an interview, the group stated that they were preparing a Japanese album, and they were planning to do more promotions overseas. However, to this date, DreamNote has not released a Japanese album. With no comebacks in 2022, DreamNote were said to be coming back in January of 2023, but then that was changed to a comeback in March. That was then pushed to April. On April 3rd, DreamNote released Blue, a pre-release for their upcoming comeback. Then on April 12th, the group returned with their single album Secondary Page with the title track Lemonade. In late June, the group released an English version of their song Lemonade. This was the group's first English digital release. Once again, the members were involved with multiple OSTs throughout 2023 as well. They did some other things in 2023, and just to name a few examples, they were the opening act for Bam Bam's concert in Manila, and then some of the members opened up their own personal Instagrams and they performed at the Pyeongtaek Rock Festival. Now we're almost up to date and DreamNote is apparently preparing for a comeback, but no date or further information has been given on that as of yet. Unfortunately, in November, it was announced that Bonnie was taking a hiatus after she fractured her coccyx at a dance practice, but she was still active on social media as she was on hiatus. And now, while I'm editing this video in April, she seems to be back to her scheduled activities. Most recent news is that in March, it was announced that DreamNote would be appearing at the Fans Land Music Festival that is taking place in early May in Bangkok. That is most of the updates that I could find on DreamNote, and if I missed any updates, please feel free to let me know in the comments. Also, during my research for this update video, I found out that Girls Planet 999's contestant Youngun, who ended up debuting in Kepler, was actually a backup dancer for DreamNote during their Wish era. So that was just a fun little coincidence that I thought I would mention. So since this is the theme of the video, was I right to worry about them? In my opinion, it's kind of 50-50. On some sides, yes, and some sides, no. Infrequent comebacks are still worrying me, but they still seem to be going and they're pretty active on their social medias. And like I just said, they still have scheduled activities like their music festival in Bangkok. So it's 50-50. I just wish the company was doing more to promote them.
Alright, it's time to talk about some men. My video about the roast is almost 3 years old. I covered their debut and their career and comebacks until February of 2020, when the group tried to leave their company, Jihoons Star Company, claiming that they were overworked and they were lacking proper payment. If you don't know the legal battle that was going on when I made my video, basically it was a constant back and forth between the roast and Jihoons Star Company, and when we left off, the company had claimed that the contract termination had been denied by the courts and the group had gone silent on social media, as well as some of the members enlisting in the military. So what happened after my video? Around a month after I posted my video, member Woo-sung spoke out saying that things between the band and the company had been settled and they were no longer under Jihoons Star Company. They said they had plans to reunite once all the members had finished their mandatory military service. The group did release one last song under their former company in December, a digital single called Beauty and the Beast. In May of 2022, it was revealed that the group had started their own label called Windfall, and they were working with Transparent Arts that helped the band with the distribution and marketing of the group. In June of 2022, through their Discord, announced the Heal project, which was for their upcoming album, where fans can send in personal healing stories to give the group inspiration for songs. Then in August of 2022, they announced their world tour Heal Together with stops in North America, South America, Europe, and Asia. In September, the band also finally got their own light stick. The Rose then had their comeback in October with their first full-length album called Heal, with the title track Sour. The album peaked at number 20 on the Circle chart, selling 32,000 copies. In April of 2023, Woo-sung collaborated with BTS member Suga and Ryuichi Sakamoto on a song called Snooze for Suga's solo album D-Day. Then in July of 2023, the Rose announced their second full-length album, Duel, which was set to be released in September. They had some pre-release albums, those being Back to Me and Alive. and those were released in July. And then they also released another pre-release, You're Beautiful, in August.
Beauty's just a state of mind. You don't even have to try.
Their song Wonder served as the title track for this comeback. In early October, The Rose entered the top 200 album charts for the first time in their career. Their album Duel debuted at number 83 on the Billboard 200. They also entered the Billboard Artist 100 at number 33, once again for the first time in their career. The album Duel also entered at number 5 on the top album sales and top current album sales. This album did amazingly, selling 52,000 copies. As they were preparing to release their second full album, they announced their Down to Dusk tour in the US and Canada, and also had stops in the Philippines. They recently wrapped up their tour in late January, with their last stop being in Manila. More recently, the band released another digital single called Lifeline Reborn in April 2024. And they were in the lineup for Coachella along with other K-pop acts like ATEEZ and LE SSERAFIM. So the question is, was I right to worry about The Rose? I think it's mixed, honestly, as this could have ended in so many different ways. I'm curious to hear what you all think. I'm just glad that they got a second chance and that they're doing so much better now that they're managing themselves. So I think that yes, I was right to worry about them, because usually in these kind of situations, they don't end well. As I had spoken about in my video about The Rose, I mentioned TS Entertainment as an example, and their groups went through a similar thing, but their story ended up basically with them disbanding. Or in BAP's situation, they were forced back into the company to work. So please check out their music. They have some absolute banger music, and overall the group members are just really nice, and they seem to really care about their fans, and they have a lot of passion. So I wish them nothing but the best of luck in the future. And that is going to be it for this video. Please tell me all your thoughts in the comments. I also saw in my last video that the most liked video topic was a video on Wikimiki, so I will start my research on that soon. And I also have a lot of video ideas that I want to do for you guys, so hopefully my next upload will come sooner than later. Until then, have a nice day or nice evening, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.